folks? How you doing? How you doing? This is Wayne S. Pierce. Yes, this is Reverend Wayne S. Pierce for the 19th of May, 2014. Man, my computer just does not like me. My mouse doesn't like me. My mouse pad doesn't like me. God, it's just trying to get on here, man. I'm telling you. It's, how y'all doing today? It's Monday. It must be Monday. Crap is just falling apart. Doesn't want to work. Thing is, folks, sorry. The thing is, folks, is that everything moves by design. Everything is happening by design. Okay, remember that. Everything is happening by design. Now, I usually do an hour, so I will do the full hour, and or close to it. And excuse me, I got like text messages coming in, and the everything is happening by way of design. Okay, people don't understand that. People can't grasp that sometimes, and they're saying, "But we're the ones that are doing it." No, you're like puppets in a show, and you're being manipulated into doing this and doing that. But that's one part of it. The other part is somewhere behind the scenes, the puppet master is being controlled by the puppet master. So I want to get that out there. I just made an executive decision right off the top of my head here. Because I started so late, I'm going to go to the top of the hour, and then I'm going to, play some stuff to, fill out the hour, or in other words, it's only going to be a 50-minute or, 52-minute or whatever it was, 52-minute show, because there's, excuse me, I got this thing going on, as you can tell. There's so many things, there are so many things going on that we just, and this is just me, that we have to just pay attention to what's going on. And we have to be prepared. Now, when I say prepared, I don't mean, I not only mean with food and ammo and backpacks and stuff and a way to get out and a place to go. Not only that, but I'm talking about spiritually prepared. I know that innately, physically, when we are attacked, that deep-rooted, sense of protection is going to kick in, and we're going to do everything we can to stay alive. So, that survival instinct that we have. So that's one part of it. The other part is spiritual. The other part is family life. We got to get our family out. I would right now, this is a very, very important broadcast, because I want to tell you right now, you need to get your family up and get them out of here. I don't care where your family is in the United States. Call them, say, hey, look, I know this. I got chills talking about this now. Pack them up, move them out. Folks, I got chills right now all over my body. I got goosebumps. I mean, they're huge. I'm telling you right now, this is something that is on a spiritual level. We do not battle against flesh and blood. Mostly, we battle against the spiritual, things in high places and principalities and powers of the air and all this. And I don't want to get religious or biblical on you, but when you break that down to hot dogs and potato chips, when you break that down in the most simplest apple pie form of understanding, it is that intuition in you that says, this is good or this is bad. If it's good, great. Embrace it. If it's bad, run like hell. Find a place to go. Right now, it's bad. It's bad. Sorry. But I'm going to take a little break, get something done with a little water, a little something, so I'll be back in a minute and a half. Want to know what's happening all around us? You do? Great! Come check out the Diana and Wayne's Grab Bag Potpourri Talk Show, Friday nights at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern, right here on Spreaker.com. Have a nice trip. See you next fall. Attending their daughter's wedding in South Africa promised to be a vacation of a lifetime. But first, they had to face the treacherous gauntlet known as modern-day travel. Waiting for them on the other side of the world are an honest-to-goodness safari with amorous lions and elephants with anger issues, a life-affirming visit to a South African school, and an anxious bride and groom standing patiently at the airport with a sign that reads, "What took you so long?" The answers lie within the pages of Please Hold Thumbs, a not-so-round trip to South Africa, a true tale of turbulence and triumph from travel mug Scott Cherney, author of Red Asphalt. Available at Amazon.com in paperback and on the Kindle.
This is Michael Vera with Late Night in the Midlands, and you're listening to the views expressed live with your host, Reverend Wayne Pierce, on the Free America Radio Network.
Well, yes, it's not the views expressed live, it's the Wayne S. Pierce Show. Thank you, Michael Vera, over at Late Night in the Midlands. The views expressed live will be on later today at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. I want to make it very, very clear. Have you ever had a feeling, say you're standing in your kitchen and you're doing dishes or something, you know, you're there, you're in the garage, whatever, and you get that feeling like you need to call your friend or you need to go in the house or something in you says something just happened, boom, it's that whole feeling of, you know, something's going on and you have to, you know, rally all your resources within yourself to make sure that you either protect yourself or your family or whatever it is. That's what I got right now, this minute, at 15 past the hour. That's what I have right now. And it's not from listening to, any type of person talking, but it's little bits and pieces of things that I've heard in the last several hours. It's just little bits and pieces that, you know, I don't know how to explain it specifically to get you to understand it. It's something inside that says, get ready. And I'm not, here, putting out this stuff as, to fearmonger or anything like that. I'm not going to cause fear. I'm going to cause, I hope, somebody to say, yeah, I get that. We got to do this. Okay. And other people, the trolls, are going to say, well, it's just one. I don't like trolls. I don't like stupid people. I don't like any of that. So as far as I'm concerned, you trolls can take a freaking hike, okay? Because I don't want to hear anything you have to say. Now, if you're standing next to me and the crap hits the fan, I'm going to protect you. But I don't want to hear you open your mouth and start talking about, you're nothing but a conspiracy theorist. You're a fearmonger. I'm going to slap you right dead in the face. I'm telling you that right now. You either shut your big damn pie hole and start protecting yourself, your family, and everybody else around you and man up and woman up, or walk on down the road, because you ain't got no place in my life. Like I said, if you're going to stand there and start complaining and start criticizing me for the crap coming at us, then I'm going to protect you. Much like, consider if there was a runaway truck and you were in the crosswalk and didn't see it, I would sacrifice myself to save you. But I don't want to hear any words that you have to say, considering the fact that you are not awake and aware. This is going on. I am very straightforward. I shoot from the hip, no pun intended, but you either Get rid of all of your preconceived ideas about everything that you ever heard, and look at the issues and examine what's going on. Okay? And don't give me this crap that you have and everything that I say or Alex Jones says or Glenn Beck or anybody, that's all wrong. Here's what the real issue is. No, I'm not going to listen to your distraction, okay? I don't want to get off on that. I want to prepare you for what is coming. The Free America Radio Network shares the truth one fact at a time. And I'll tell you right now, folks, if I don't know it all, I'm not going to share it. And if I share something that I find out later on I was wrong about, I admit to it. Why? It's called responsibility. If somebody shares with me something and says, oh, you're wrong, see here, look here, wait, hold on. Let's put this all in context. I may have overlooked something, so thank you for sharing it with me. Don't get all uppity and have a nasty attitude and think that I'm wrong. I may have overlooked something. So, Mr. Troll, Mrs. Troll, little minions out there, little NSA, little CIA, little all that. Let me tell you something. Your brains are so small they can fit in my little toe. Okay? You have no common sense whatsoever, and you have absolutely no clue what is happening. Okay? But that doesn't mean that I wouldn't protect you if you were out in the field right now. Because you're another human being. You're another human being that deserves life. You're another human being that deserves freedom and security and peace. And I know for a fact you're a human being that deserves to go home to your family at night. And we all have to survive. And we all have to take the steps to do just that. And if you in the CIA or NSA or TSA or trolls everywhere, if you can't understand that, then get the hell off of my page. Okay? I want to give a big shout out to the one and only Mr. Bob Brutus out there on Waking Up the Masses Radio Network. He runs either this show or a podcast right after the views expressed at times. And thank you very much, Mr. Bob Brutus over there in Chickamauga, Georgia. And the views expressed is on the AM side of your radio dial on 1610 AM in the Chickamauga, Georgia area. So check that out as well. I want to tell you that I'm not the only one feeling this. Now, my better half, my better half, Diana Nelson, my other host of the Diana and Wayne's Grab Bag Potpourri Talk Show, she even feels what's going on. She says it's so weird at times. These images of other times pop into my head. Well, this is for empathic people, for clairvoyant people. This is what happens. And it's an example of look what happened and look what is happening. Look how it transpired. Look at what is transpiring. And that's a simple lesson to learn. Because when you go to school, you're never going to learn any of this. Okay? And the thing is that there's so many things that we don't understand. There's so many things that we and I'm going to say this because I've experienced it. There are so many things that we are limited by and limited to due to the very nature of those that control everything else. Remember I talked about the puppet master being controlled by the puppet master. Think about that one. Our limitations that we've allowed to be in our lives are literally set up to cause us to fail. Now, your parents, exclude them because they did everything they can to help you out and to help you understand what life is and all that. So thank them. Don't criticize them. Your mama gave birth to you, so it's obvious she went through a lot of stuff to put you here on this planet. So, you know. Now, When you look at all of that and begin to see, that saying of what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, I would even go one step further than that and rephrase that. What you see and what you allow causes you to be weaker, because we're allowing this, and this weakness only comes by design. Remember earlier? Everything is happening by design. And there's nothing in this world that I can tell you that is more positive than the energy that is within you, the love that is within you, the kindness, the gentleness, what you give to others gives you that joy. That is the most powerful energy in the universe. Okay? I almost sound like Bill Cooper here, but and may he rest in peace. Okay? But the facts are facts. Now, when there is a point at which you reach that understanding that everything's done by design, that the puppet masters control the puppet masters, that we have that innate survival instinct, and that survival depends on what we allow in our lives and what we do not allow in our lives, what love and cherishness and all that we have. Love is the most powerful energy in the universe. Once we realize that, once we hold on to that, once we bring that down into who we are, there ain't a damn thing that's going to stop us. I've experienced that in my life. And there are so many things that have changed over time that we have been, I'm just going to say it like it is, we've been deceived. We have been deceived. The Illuminati, the Freemasons, all of these people have come together and said, how can we divide and conquer? And that process of divide and conquer is literally in the methods by which they are using today. I cannot stress enough that you understand the enemy before attacking them. And when I say attack them, and what I mean, literally, I use that term in its broadest sense. But let me rephrase it and say, we have to know the strategies of the enemy so that we can protect ourselves and defend the very freedoms that we've enjoyed. That's the thing. I have gone from one end of the spectrum to the other in my philosophies, in my political beliefs, in all of this, and I found one thing that stands clear. There's a theme that runs through it all. And that theme that runs through it all is basically how we, number one, what we will allow in our lives to limit us, and number two, how we react to those limitations. It's as simple as that. It's a simple, it's a simple beachhead to land on. It's a simple area by which we can understand. And when it comes right down to it, we can understand these things, but we have to have that desire to understand them. Not just sit there and go, give me a beer and let me watch ESPN. I don't want to listen to all that bull crap. Okay? Well, let me tell you something. I cannot and will not give anyone the benefit of the doubt until I know that they lack the desire to know more. In other words, if they're not genuine and sit down and talk and discuss and ask questions and learn, if they don't have that desire, basically they can go take a walk. They can go find this stuff out on their own. You know, I've spent many years, I should say many hours and many days in libraries before the internet. I've spent many hours clicking online when I got the internet to find this information, to find that information. And let me tell you something. I would even go as far as saying this, that somewhere between 65 to 70% of the material that you see, that you find online to answer questions that you have is going to be either speculative or completely bogus. Okay? I mean, you got places like nationalreport.net, you got places like, you know, I don't name it, National Enquirer, you've got Snopes, you've got all these places, and they're going to put out disinformation to confuse you. Once you get confused, then they're going to come in and purposely within your spirit cause you to fear what you don't understand. You're confused, you don't understand it, so they're going to help you, they're going to push you into that area of fear, and then they're going to get you. And we don't want that. We don't want that. So I know it's only 20, the clock says it's 30 after. I know I started late, so I'm going to go to a little break here, and I shall return. What is reality? The foundation of reality is based on many concepts. Each person perceives reality differently. In the book, The Grid by Marie D. Jones and Larry Flaxman, they explore the hidden infrastructure of reality. Get your copy today at Barnes & Noble and Amazon.com. The Grid by Marie D. Jones and Larry Flaxman.
Sharing the truth one fact at a time. This is the Free America Radio Network.
Hey folks, how you doing? How you doing? This is Reverend Wayne S. Pierce right here for the Wayne S. Pierce Show. Let me take it down to here, and then I want you to go to Free America Radio on Facebook, the Wayne S. Pierce Show on Facebook as well, and give you a preview of what's coming up on the Views Expressed today at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. Let me just give it to you like this. If you cannot, and I use that term, I use that word emphatically, if you cannot bring yourself to understand what's going on around you, you got a lot of problems. And you're going to have a lot of problems. Because you're not going to be able to know the enemy. You're not going to be able to know how to take care of yourself. You're not going to be able to know how to fight. Now, if you can, when I say fight, I mean protect yourself. It's going to get to that. Okay. If you cannot bring yourself to understand any of these things, I don't know what to tell you. I really, really don't know what to tell you. And I feel that it's necessary for people to understand. That's why I do these shows. Somebody once said that not everybody's asleep. Well, not everybody's awake either. You know. And I find it odd. And it's just me, I guess. I find it odd that people will literally close their eyes against the truth and the facts. Here, let me give you some truth and facts. Shall I just let me give this to you. Turn on your stove and wait till it heats up to where it's red hot, and then put your hand on it. Hurts, don't it? You burned yourself, didn't you? That's a truth, that's a fact. Okay? Now, go to the golf course if you do play golf. Take that little white ball, stick it on that little tee, and smack it. And see where it goes. It doesn't always go where you want it to, does it? Eventually, you're going to have to hit that ball one or two more times to get it to the green. And on average, you may have to putt it a couple of times to get it in the hole because it doesn't go where you want it to go, does it? That's a truth. That's a fact. Now, when you look at things such as the nationalreport.net, and I've looked at several issues and that have come up, like for instance, the nationalreport.net is claiming that President Obama is wanting to run for a third term. Now, let me tell you something. That ain't going to happen. Okay, that ain't going to happen. If anything, or I should say, if nothing else, my speculation is he'll suspend the Constitution and the Bill of Rights of the United States of America and implement martial law prior or just shortly thereafter of the midterm elections. And whether he does or not, well, I don't know. I'm speculating. Maybe the puppet masters controlling the puppet masters already have somebody in mind to take over in January of 2016. As a matter of fact, I know they do. And that's, I don't know who it specifically is, but I can tell you that it's someone we don't vote for. Because if certain changes, if things continue the way they are right now, certain changes are going to take place to where we're not going to even have to vote. You know? We're not. But honestly, I doubt that'll happen prior to 2016. That's my own opinion. But everything is trending to that change of him suspending the Constitution and implementing martial law. Okay? I mean, it's right there. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. It's in your face. It is what it is. And that's just the way it is. Now, again, nationalreport.net. Obama announces plans for a third-term presidential run. He cannot do that. Just to let you know, he cannot do that. One of the people here with a comment below it says, or on my Facebook page, says, this is not a good thing. I haven't heard too much about it on the news. Never will. I guess the negative response by most people at this news is probably the culprit. Please call your representatives and senators to say no to abolishing the 22nd Amendment, which currently prevents any president from running for a third term. Do not be complacent. A third term under Obama would devastate whatever is left of this country. This is absolutely true. They cannot, without a constitutional amendment, abolish or suspend any provisions in the Constitution. They can't. Okay? The president literally would be criminal enough to push Congress out, which they're irrelevant anyway, and to bring the UN in and suspend the Constitution and implement martial law. Whether they do or not is speculative at best. Okay? On the Views Expressed live today at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, PatriotAction.net says illegal is not a race, it's a crime. Also from Peter Fotis Kapnistos, Kapnistos, has a picture up there. How Queen Elizabeth got married to the Nazis. So you might want to check that out. Is that a conspiracy theory? No, it's actual history. It's in the books. RightWingNews.com says New York State Education Commissioner claims opposing Common Core is racist. Well, if that's all the left has is to call everybody a racist because they don't agree with them, well, hey, they're dumber than a box of rocks. Luke Rodowski over at WeAreChange.com put up a picture which I shared on Free America Radio on Facebook. Operation Paperclip. The Nazis didn't lose. They moved to America. Check it out. Also, another picture from Rand Paul 2016. Department of Homeland Security. Nothing says acute case of paranoia quite like buying 2,717 armored vehicles for domestic use. Also from WeAreChange.org, military veterans seen as threat that can defeat law enforcement. This is why you're getting the DHS buying up 2.6 billion rounds of ammunition and 2,717 armored vehicles and, a whole bunch of stuff. Also in Pennsylvania, the Pennsylvania Freemasons want to chip your child. Child identification program. Also from Gunther V. From somebody on Facebook. I can't pronounce the last name. The National Defense Authorization Act declares the homeland of America to be a battleground in whence American troops can operate with supreme impunity and simultaneously authorizes the use of military drones against general populace. This is the future of our demise. Try shooting at those with your AR. Good luck. Ready to die? Also from Architects and Engineers for 9/11 Truth, the picture right there says heavy structural steel pieces were ejected laterally, many of them leaving rapidly expanding dust and smoke trails, a geometry caused by explosives, not gravitational collapse. 1,500 architects and engineers are not wrong. I don't care what you say. Period. WesternJournalism.com. Barack Obama doesn't want you to know what this video reports about his identity. Go check that one out, folks. Also from RightWingNews.com. A picture says 6 things you don't mess with. 1, my faith. 2, my family. 3, my guns. 4, my flag. 5, my country. And 6, my liberty. Oh, and by the way, talking about puppet masters, as I was earlier, here's one of them here. From CNSnews.com, Soros gave $6.1 million to groups linked to pressure on IRS to target conservative nonprofits. From globalresearch.ca, spying is meant to crush citizens' dissent, not catch terrorists. Also from Grassfire.com, breaking IRS smoking gun, Judicial Watch. IRS targeting the Tea Party groups came from D.C. Yeah, we all knew that. Also from RT.com, backed by the Russian, government and Putin and all that, says Department of Agriculture buying unknown amount of submachine guns and high-capacity magazines. Also from Fox News, Florida school district puts armed deputies on school buses. Okay? That's just some of what's coming up on the Views Express Live today at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. I want people to know one thing. You better get prepared. I'm just saying. Go to freeamericaradio.us, go to the emergency food supply link, and get all the food you need. Because time is running out, folks. I told you before, and now I'm getting them again. I got chills just talking about the fact that there is something happening right now, and soon something is going to happen, and it's going to put you in a very bad place. And you better start packing up, sacking it up, and pulling out all the stops and preparing yourself. I'm giving you an opportunity to do that. I'm giving you the information, and I hope that you go check it out yourself. I'm giving you a way to prepare yourself with food. Go to freeamericaradio.us, go to the emergency food supply link, and get as much as you can. And what you're doing is you're helping yourself. Okay? You're helping yourself, you're helping your family, you're helping your coworkers, you're helping your neighbors if they need it, if you're so inclined to do so. But more importantly, you're helping me get this message out that something is happening, that things have to, change, that we the people can come together and make the changes we need. If we are looking for changes from the government, it's not going to happen. If we're looking to change our government, we the people have to do that, and we have to be at the forefront of doing that. And by doing that, there's radio programs like mine here at the Wayne S. Pierce Show or Views Express Live. There's Bob Brutus with Waking Up the Masses and Kicking the Capstone. There's Brian Lang with Live Truth Radio. There's Nick Tucker with Distorted Reality. There's all these shows, the Pete Santilli Show over at Guerrilla Media Network, and you can go there too and check things out. But I'm helping you out. So by helping me out, you can go to freeamericaradio.us and go to the emergency food supply link, and that helps out Free America Radio Network. We continue on with your assistance. Go over to wakingupthemasses.com and ask Bob Brutus over there. Email him and ask him how you can help him continue Waking Up the Masses Radio Network. Go to livetruthradio.com and ask Brian Lang what you can do to help him out. Because the voices have to be out there. And if we're out there for you, then that is our responsibility and duty to do so. And if you want to come along, you can. And if you want to join us in getting the word out, then please do. Specifically for Free America Radio Network, go to freeamericaradio.us, go to the emergency food supply link, and get as much food as you possibly can get. Okay? Right now, excuse me, I got chills just feeling what's going on. After the show, when this show is over, check it out in the archives, but when this show is over, I'm going to go out and take a little walk. I'm going to take a look around and see what's happening and get a feel for it. So after that, I'd like you to come join me on the Views Express Live today at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. I'll talk a little more about this, but I'll share with you those headlines and those articles that I've read just a little bit ago because it's very, very important that you understand what's going on. Okay? It is. And I cannot stress it enough. You really need to pay attention. You really need to pay attention. I don't know what else I could say. I really, really don't. I just encourage everybody to go check this stuff out themselves. I hope that you see what I see. And if there's something that you want to share with me, you can do that. freeamericaradio@usa.com. freeamericaradio@usa.com. And go to freeamericaradio.us. Hit the emergency food supply tab up there on the top of the page and get as much food as you possibly can. I shall return right after this.
Listen to Angel Clark Monday through Friday, 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Radio Freedom News Network. RadioFreedom.us.
It's time to take our republic back, folks. Brian Bonner, the Uncooperative Radio Show host, will tell you how. Join us for the ride of your life. Using humor and the facts, we will expose the news that the lamestream media refuses to report. The Constitution is the solution, and we can prove it. Listen in and find out what it means to be an uncooperative citizen of these United States. You can find our show at uncooperativerradio.com, and we are rebroadcast on redstatetalkradio.com.
What's on your mind? Chances are it's on their mind, too. Check out Diana and Wayne's Grab Bag Potpourri Talk Show. Friday evenings at 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. Only on Spreaker.com.
For the best Southern, classic, and new rock, along with kicking country and R&B, check out Wildcat Radio for the Friday night party. The fun begins at 8 Eastern, 7 Central, with local, state, and national news from the Alabama News Network at the top and bottom of every hour. It's Wildcat Radio's Friday Night Party, a division of the Vulcan Internet Broadcast Company.
No elitist dribble, no media spin. Logic over emotion, fact over fiction. The home of independent conservative thought. The Conservative Voice with your host, Jeff Wagner, only on the Conservative Radio Network.
Sharing the truth one fact at a time. This is the Free America Radio Network.
Yes, it is. This is the Free America Radio Network right here. freeamericaradio.us, wakingupthemasses.com, Spreaker.com, and 1610 AM in the Chickamauga, Georgia area. And all over the world on the internet. This is the Free America Radio Network, and you are the media. Yeah, I don't believe anything coming out of your state-run media, your local stations. They're all lying. They all, have their agenda. Forget about it. Just turn off your TVs. Some of the alternative media people are a little questionable. But you know what? That's where you need to go do your homework, isn't it? Free America Radio on Facebook. I already gave you the headlines that I'm going to read on the Views Expressed live today at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. And I'd like you to go to the Wayne S. Pierce Show. Okay? On Facebook. You go to the website, the Wayne S. Pierce Show.weebly.com. And there's a couple of things I want to talk about before I end the show today. ZeroHedge.com has an article about where the world's unsold cars go to die. There's hundreds, if not thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of cars that are unsold that go to rust or used and recycled into a new car. There you go. Go to the Wayne S. Pierce Show Facebook page and check that one out. Also, the mindunleashed.org. Harvard study confirms fluoride reduces children's IQ, and also IQs in adults if you look at it. Hey, I want to give a little shout out to a friend of mine, Mr. Thomas Amo. He's an author, And he just released a new book on Amazon.com. The book is called Midnight Never Ends. Check it out. It's available at Amazon.com and on ebook. It's on the Kindle. So check it out. You can also get that information and the links on the Wayne S. Pierce Show Facebook page. Also, I talked a little bit about 9/11. Well, there's a whole list of facts. 10 facts from Independent Thinkers 9/11 fact sheet. It's right there on the Wayne S. Pierce Show Facebook page. A little something that I've said before it. Also, there's a lot on that page that you really need to take a look at. And I encourage you to do that. Also encourage you to go listen to Live Truth Radio with Brian Lang on wakingupthemasses.com and livetruthradio.com. Go listen to Waking Up the Masses with host Bob Brutus over at wakingupthemasses.com on the Waking Up the Masses radio network. Also, he hosts another show, Kicking the Capstone. Check out that show as well on wakingupthemasses.com and 1610 a.m. in the Chickamauga, Georgia area. There's also some news coming out from another colleague of mine in the independent media. He's taking a little hiatus. Person's taking a little vacation, taking care of his family, doing what he has to do to survive. And that's Mr. Nick Tucker from Distorted Reality. Go to Distorted Reality with Nick Tucker on Facebook. And word has it that he will be back live. Not a podcast, but live. But more information from him directly is at Distorted Reality with Nick Tucker on Facebook. Go check that out as well. Awesome guy. I've interviewed him a few times. He's been on my show. I've been on his show. It's really, really cool. I hope to get him on at least by the end of the week. Hopefully Wednesday or Thursday, so I'll get a confirmation from him at that time or prior to that, hopefully. Lots of things going on, folks. And a little show note, because I started late, computer problems, because I started late, I'm going to end at the top of the hour. So a note to Mr. Bob Brutus, who puts this into the archives at wakingupthemasses.com. Just a little note. I started it late, so I'm going to stop at the regular time. So whatever you need to do there, Mr. Bob Brutus, go for it. Anyway, I encourage you to take notice of what's around. Like right now, this minute, right now, several minutes before the end of the show, I've got massive goosebumps and chills all over me. And it's pretty warm where I'm sitting. I'm just telling you, there's something going on. And I trust my intuition more than I trust somebody telling me to my face the things that are happening. I trust my intuition 100% because it's right 100% of the time. My intuition has been there since I was birthed into this world. What is that? That is your gut feeling, folks. If you've got a gut feeling that something is not quite right, you better start preparing yourself now. And it also tells you what's right. So those things you need to gravitate to and be positive and uplifting. But right now, things aren't right, man. Things are not right. Something is happening. Something is brewing. We all know this. I've got chills right now talking about it. Go to freeamericaradio.us. Go to the emergency food supply tab. Get as much food as you can. Better yet, if you don't want to wait the 2 to 3 days that it gets to get there, go to your nearest Army supply store and see if they have MREs. Go to your Walmart and buy out every single Mountain House product they have. Go to your nearest sporting goods store. They have them over there. Buy as much as you possibly can. Go to freeamericaradio.us. Help out Free America Radio Network by clicking the Emergency Food Supply tab and getting as much food as you possibly can to help you, your family, and your neighbors out. And you're also helping me get the word out right here on Free America Radio Network. It's important that we get the word out. If you want to get a word out, go to Spreaker.com, Spreaker.com, and get the word out. Start an account. You got 30 minutes free. They've got great packages over there to fit your budget. You can do what you have to do as well. But go to freeamericaradio.us, go to the Emergency Food Supply tab, get as much food as you possibly can, and you're helping not only your neighbors, your friends, and yourself and your family, but you're helping out Free America Radio Network get the word out and to continue to get the word out. So I'm going to take off here, folks. Mr. Bob Brutus is going to fill in some time and check out his show, Kicking the Capstone with Mr. Bob Brutus, right there on wakingupthemasses.com and 1610 a.m. in the Chickamauga, Georgia area. Email me at freeamericaradio@usa.com. That's freeamericaradio@usa.com. You can go to the website freeamericaradio.us. Come join me on the Views Express Live today at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, right there on freeamericaradio.us, on the Free America Radio Network, on wakingupthemasses.com, Spreaker.com, and 1610 a.m. in the Chickamauga, Georgia area. Folks, I'm out of here. Enjoy your Monday.